Hello, everyone. My name is Carmen. I am 42 years old, and I never thought I would be telling this story. For 15 years, I believed I had a perfect marriage with Daniel. We met at university. He studied business administration, and I studied finance. We fell in love, got married young, and built a life together. Or so I thought. My father, Roberto, was a successful businessman. When Daniel and I got married, he offered my husband a position in his company. "Start from the bottom," he said, "and show your courage." And wow, did Daniel prove it. In 10 years, he rose from a simple administrative assistant to general operations director. My father was proud. I was proud. "You see, Princess," my father told me, "you chose well." We decided not to have children. Daniel always said he wanted to focus on his career first. "Then we'll have time for a family," he promised. I dedicated myself to supporting him. I left my job at a prestigious bank to help in the family business, but from the shadows, my father insisted we keep my involvement a secret. "People will respect Daniel more if they think he got there on his own merits," Dad explained. Everything changed 3 months ago. My father became seriously ill. Terminal cancer. The doctors gave him 6 months. Daniel began to act strangely. He came home late, had meetings on weekends, and was always on his phone. One night, while he was sleeping, his phone wouldn't stop ringing. I saw a message on the screen. "Love, when will you tell your wife? I can't keep waiting. Anna." My world collapsed. I confronted Daniel the next day. To my surprise, he didn't even deny it. "Yes, I have a lover," he said casually. "Anna is my assistant. We've been together for 6 months, and we're in love." "6 months," I whispered. "While my father is dying." He shrugged. "Your father doesn't matter anymore, Carmen. He won't be here soon, and I'm the one running the company now." I couldn't believe what I heard. "What do you mean?" "I want a divorce," he announced. "And I want you to leave the house. Anna will move in tomorrow." "What? This is my house." "Actually," he smiled arrogantly, "it's in my name. I bought it with my company salary. You have until tomorrow to pack." I was shocked. It was true. The house was in his name. I had trusted him completely. "Where am I supposed to go?" "That's not my problem," he answered coldly. "You should have built your own career instead of living mine." That night, as I packed through tears, I received an urgent call from the hospital. My father had worsened. I rushed to the hospital, leaving my half-packed suitcases behind. When I arrived, Dad was conscious, but very weak. "Carmen," he whispered, "where is Daniel?" Daniel, don't say anything," he interrupted. "I know everything." His next words left me frozen. "Daughter, there's something you need to know." But before he could finish, his eyes closed. The monitors began to beep. The doctors rushed in. And my father, my dear father, was gone. What I didn't know was that his death would trigger a series of events that would change everything. And Daniel, well, he was about to discover he had made the biggest mistake of his life. The morning after my father's death was surreal. While I was crying in the hospital, Daniel didn't even show up. Instead, I received a message. "I'm sorry about your father. By the way, Anna is already moving in. Your things are in boxes in the garage." I couldn't believe his cruelty. 15 years of marriage reduced to a cold text message. But fate had other plans. At 10 in the morning, I received a call from Mr. Ramires, my father's lawyer. "Mrs. Carmen, I need you to come to my office immediately. It's about your father's will." "So soon?" I asked, surprised. "Your father left specific instructions. The will must be read today." When I arrived at the office, I was surprised to see all the company's directors already present. Daniel was sitting in the front, with Anna next to him, both dressed in black in a display of hypocrisy that turned my stomach. Mr. Ramires began to read. I, Roberto Vega, in full possession of my mental faculties. The first arrangements were standard, but then, and now, regarding my company, Grupo Vega International. Daniel leaned forward, a smile barely contained on his face. "All shares and operational control immediately go to my sole heir, my daughter, Carmen Vega." The silence in the room was deafening. "What?" Daniel stood up. "This is impossible. I run this company," Mr. Ramires continued. "In addition, I must reveal that for the last 5 years, Carmen has been the executive director in the shadows, making all strategic decisions under the pseudonym RV. Junior." Daniel paled. "RV Junior. But I reported to RV Junior every week." "That's right," I spoke for the first time. "Every report, every strategy you presented, I approved it." Anna looked at Daniel, confused. "What's going on?" But there was more. Mr. Ramires pulled out another document. "I must also inform you that the residence at Avenida del Pinar, 245. My house," Daniel interrupted, "was purchased with company funds as part of Mrs. Carmen's executive compensation package. Although it is in Mr. Daniel's name, it legally belongs to the company." Daniel collapsed into his chair. "No, it can't be." But the most shocking revelation was yet to come. Mr. Ramires pulled out an envelope. "And finally, this envelope contains information about certain financial discrepancies that Mr. Daniel has been hiding." Daniel's eyes widened in terror. "Carmen," the lawyer said, "your father discovered something very concerning 3 months ago. Daniel has been diverting funds from the company to personal accounts for the last 6 months." Mr. Ramires continued. "Approximately 2.5 million euros. Anna let out a stifled scream and moved away from Daniel. Is that true?" she whispered. Daniel began to sweat. "I can explain." "Oh, please explain," I said, my voice cold as ice. "Explain how you started stealing the exact moment my father was diagnosed with terminal cancer." The other directors murmured among themselves. Daniel tried to maintain his composure. "I did everything for the good of the company. Like those representation expenses at the Marina Hotel?" I asked, pulling out my own folder. The dinners, the sweets, with Miss Anna here present. Anna was pale. You told me those were approved expenses. They were, I replied, by me. I wanted to see how far you would go. Mr. Ramires cleared his throat. Mrs. Carmen, as the new CEO, what are your instructions? I stood up slowly. First, Mr. Daniel is fired immediately. Second, we will initiate legal action to recover the diverted funds. You can't do this to me, Daniel shouted. Third, I continued, as if he hadn't spoken. He has 24 hours to vacate my house. Anna was already grabbing her bag, clearly wanting to escape the situation. Where are you going? Daniel yelled. This is over, she murmured. I don't want to be part of a fraud. Fraud, I smiled. Oh, I haven't mentioned the fraud yet. I pulled out more documents. Daniel not only stole money, he also sold confidential information to our competitors. The directors gasped. That was corporate betrayal. The police are on their way, Mr. Ramires announced. Daniel tried to run, but the security guards were already at the door. As they took him away, he looked at me pleadingly. Carmen, please. 15 years together. Exactly, Daniel. 15 years that you wasted for greed. The following months were intense. Daniel was prosecuted for corporate fraud and embezzlement. He pleaded guilty to obtain a reduced sentence, 5 years in prison. Anna disappeared after that day. I heard she got a job in another city. The company flourished under my open leadership. There was no longer a need to hide behind a pseudonym. As for the house, I sold it. Too many bitter memories. I bought a beautiful penthouse in the city center, with a view my father would have loved. A year later, I received a letter from Daniel in prison. I'm sorry, Carmen. I ruined everything. You were right. Greed blinded me. I didn't respond. Some apologies come too late. Today, the company is stronger than ever. I implemented a women's leadership program in honor of my father, who always believed in empowering women in business. And as for love, well, I learned that true love begins with self-respect. My father taught me the most valuable lesson. Power is not in what others see, but in what you know you are capable of. Sometimes I think of Daniel, sitting in his cell, remembering the moment he decided to betray not only our marriage, but also my father's trust. But as the saying goes, revenge is a dish best served cold. And in my case, it came with a court order.